Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss lesson number 25, and this will be all about word problems involving scientific notation and expressing scientific notation to standard notation or vice versa. So, let's get started. Or writing numbers in scientific notation and vice versa. So let's start. So let's start with significant digits. So we have here all digits that are non-zero are significant. Zeros appearing between non-zero digits are significant. Then zeros at the end of a number and to the right of a decimal are significant. Zeros at the end of the number but to the left of a decimal are not significant. Zeros appearing in front of non-zero digits are not significant. Example, 872.4. So in that case, there are 4 significant digits. Then we have 16.723. There are 5 significant digits. 1.4. There are 2 significant digits. 905 or 905, there are 3 significant digits. 120.05, there are 5 significant digits. Then 10.0, there are 3 significant digits by definition. Then we have 340.0, there are 4 significant digits. Then 510, there are 2 significant digits. 30 is 1 significant digit. Then 0.00024, there are 2 significant digits. So just bear in mind all those conditions as to when we would say it's significant or not significant. So let's discuss about scientific notation. Scientific notation is a special way of writing too big and too small numbers that are difficult to express. So for example, you have your ax 10 at 8 times 10 raised to the power of n. Our a here is that would be the number. A must be greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. Then the power, the exponent n must be the exponent. Or the variable n is the exponent. Then for small number, the exponent is negative. Let's take a look at 0.00024. So those examples, the exponent will be negative because it's less than 1. So for big number, the exponent is positive, just like this example. Okay. So again, for small number, the exponent is negative, and for big number, the exponent is positive. So let's try change the following numbers into scientific notation. Number 1, so 0.00024. So we are going to express that into scientific notation. Remember that A must be greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So we have here, we'll count from the decimal point and end at 2. So you'll have 2.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5. Then for number 2, the 37,000, that becomes 3.7 times 10 raised to the power of 4. Then number 3, so you will just stop at the first digit. So you are going to put the decimal after the 1 digit. 2.4372 times 10 raised to the power of 5. Okay, so you're going to start counting where the decimal point is located first, originally. Number 4, 9 million, that will be equivalent to 9 times 10 raised to the power of 6. Number 5, 0.0067890, that will be 6.789 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Number 6, 0.056600, that is 5.66 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6. Number 7, 2,700,200. That is 2.7003 times 10 raised to the power of 6. The number 8, 0.47200, 4.72 times 10 raised to the power of negative 1. Okay, and number 9, 3,050,140, that will be 3.05024 times 10 raised to the power of 6. And the number 10, 0.400 will be 4 times 10, or just 4 times 10. Okay, the exponent will be just 1. Okay, so exponent, you have here, add 0 or zeros to the right if exponent is positive. Now change to the scientific notation for standard notation. And exponent is negative, add 0 or 0 to the left. So let's say 2.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 2. So you just simply move the decimal places to the left 2. So you have 1, 2, that becomes 0.024. The 9.67 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6, move 6 places, decimal places to the left. So that's the equivalent, 0 points. How many zeros added? We have 5, then 967. The next, 5.9942 times 10 raised to the power of negative 12. So add 11 zeros before 5. So you will have that answer. Next, 5.304 times 10 raised to the power of 7. So since the exponent is positive, add 0 or 0 to the right. Add 4 more zeros to the right because you have 304 as significant digit already. So you have 53,040,000. Next, 2.89 times 10 raised to the power of 10. So add, you have 2.89, there's already 2 significant numbers or digits. We will add more 8 zeros to the right. Okay, so that becomes 28,900,000,000. The next we have 7.334516 times 10 raised to the power of 13. So you will just add how many zeros? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you will add 7 zeros to the right. Okay, so you are going to answer this one. Test yourself. Change the following numbers into scientific notation. Number 1, 54,700,000. Number 2, 357,050,000. And number 3, 0.0006219. Then change the following scientific notation to standard notation. Number 1, 4.748 times 10 raised to the power of 9. Number 2, 6.12 times 10 raised to the power of negative 7. Number 3, 2.7548 times 10 raised to the power of 12. Okay. The next will be, now let's proceed to word problems involving scientific notation. So you know this already in changing the following into scientific notation. Okay. So if you have there number 1, that becomes 2.4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5. Number 2, that becomes 3.7 times 10 raised to the power of 4. Number 3, that will be 2.4372 times 10 raised to the power of 5. And number 4, that will be 9 million. 9 million becomes 9 times 10 raised to the power of 6. Number 5 is equivalent to 6.789 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. And number 6, that is 5.66 times 10 raised to the power of negative 2. And number 7, that will be 2.7003 times 10 raised to the power of 6. And number 8, that will be 4.72 times 10 raised to the power of negative 1. And number 9 will be 3.05024 times 10 raised to the power of 6. And lastly, number 10, that will be 4 times 10 raised to the power of negative 1. Okay, so you are done with this one as well. So let's proceed to a sample word problem. Metro Manila's population density. So the population of Metro Manila is approximately 1.4 times 10 raised to the power of 7 people. So its total land area is about 6.19 times 10 raised to the power of 2 square kilometers. What is the population density of Metro Manila, or the number of people per square kilometer? Express your answer in scientific notation, rounded to the 2 decimal places. So population density, total population divided by total land area. So population density is 1.4 times 10 raised to the power of 7 people. Then over 6.19 times 10 square, or raised to the power of 2 kilometers square. So population density will be 1.4 over 6.19. And then the exponent will be subtracted. The exponent of 10 times 10, 7 minus 2. Okay? So that will be 1.4 divided by 6.19 is approximately equal to 0.226 times 10 raised to the power of 5, because that's 7 minus 2. Then we will have population density is approximately to 226 times 10 raised to the power of 5 minus 1. Because you need to move to this, subtract 1 because you move 1 decimal places to the right. So that will become 2.26 times 10 raised to the power of 4 people per square kilometer. Therefore, the population density of Metro Manila is approximately 2.26 times 10 raised to the power of 4 people per square kilometer. Next problem, annual rice production per Filipino. The Philippines produces approximately 1.99 times 10 raised to the power of 10 kilograms of palay or unhusked rice annually. If the population of the Philippines is about 1.1 times 10 raised to the power of 8 people, how many kilograms of palay are produced per person each year? Express your answer in scientific notation, rounded to 2 decimal places. Formula, kilograms per person is equal to total kilograms or per total population. So kilograms per person is equal to 1.99 times 10 raised to the power of 10 per kilogram over 1.1 times 10 raised to the power of 8 people. So divide 1.99 divided by 1.1 times 10 raised to the power of 10 minus 8. So kilogram per person will be approximately equal to 1.81. Then 10 minus 8, that's 2. So times 10 raised to the power of 2 kilogram per person. So approximately 1.81 times 10 raised to the power of 2 kilograms of palay are produced per person in the Philippines annually. Okay, another problem, Palawan's coastline versus the Philippines coastline. The Philippines, an archipelago, has one of the longest coastlines in the world, measuring about 3.629 times 10 raised to the power of 4 kilometers. The province of Palawan is famous for its beautiful beaches and has a coastline of about 2.0 times 10 raised to the power of 3 kilometers. How many times longer is the entire Philippine coastline compared to Palawan's coastline? Express your answer in scientific notation, rounded to 1 decimal place. So the ratio is Philippine coastline over Palawan coastline. So ratio is equal to 3.629 times 10 raised to the power of 4 kilometers over 2.0 times 10 raised to the power of 3 kilometers. So the ratio would be 3.629 divided by 2.0. Then times, we subtract the exponent of 10, that's 4 minus 3. So ratio is approximately equal to 1.8145 times 10. So the Philippine coastline is approximately 1.8 times 10 raised to the power of 1 times longer than Palawan coastline. Okay, now I want you to answer number 1 and 2, copy and show your solution. Number 1, the distance from Manila to Baguio City via the expressways is approximately 2.5 times 10 raised to the power of 2 kilometers. If a bus travels at an average speed of 8.0 times 10 raised to the power of 1 kilometers per hour, how many hours will that trip take? Express your answer in scientific notation. Number 2, during a powerful super typhoon, a major city like Ijan City, with a land area of about 1.7 times 10 raised to the power of 8 square meters, might receive about 4.5 times 10 raised to the power of negative 1 meters or 450 millimeters of rainfall. What is the total volume of rainwater in cubic meters that fell on Quezon City? Express your answer in scientific notation. Okay, so in the first video, we're going to answer the practice exercises as well as this one. So there are two parts that we are going to answer in this video lesson. So I hope you understand this simple lesson, and that will be all. Thank you so much for listening.